Welcome to the Hottest Wellness Podcast. I've got time with Cherry ShaKayla.
Here we discuss personal growth, relationships, and healing to become aligned with the best version of ourselves.
Hey girl.
What it do?
It's doing its thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm on day 1 of a 10-day fast and it's already hitting me, you know?
Sheesh.
I called my best friend this morning. We fasting together. Okay. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I need to smoke.
Then you can't smoke?
Well, my fast is my choice. So with the process that I'm going through, it's a 10-day fast, but you know, I have to decide what it is that I need to give up that's going to attribute to my spiritual growth.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, my oneness with God. And right now my oneness is with cannabis.
Damn.
Got my heart.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, more power to you.
I don't want to sound like an addict. I really don't smoke that much, and I also take breaks all the time when I don't have no weed. So it shouldn't be that serious, but it's like when you on purposely, that's when it's hard.
Yeah, I feel that.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. You know, got my workout in.
Do the workout again?
You know? I'm just a little sleepy. But I'm gonna make it.
I feel you on that. I'm not gonna claim it though. I'm just refusing to claim it so that I could be as energetic as possible in this episode, and then I could try and like after.
So I need to choose my words wisely.
It's what you say. You said it, not me, pretty much.
Okay.
You more
So,
the
words mean things.
yeah, positive self-talk than I am, so I'm trying to follow your lead.
I'm feeling great. I feel inspired.
Energized.
Inspired.
And you could be energized by what's inspiring you. It's like giving you life.
You know I give you life. Yeah.
So,
energized.
That's really nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Do you care to share what you are being inspired by, or is that more like a little hush hush and then when you're ready you gonna share type of thing?
Well, I kind of already shared with y'all that I'm on the journey of becoming an artist, specifically a rapper, but also I guess a producer. I'm like reviving my producer career.
It's really hard for me not to interrupt you, but I'm gonna have to do it and also tell you that words do matter. So when you say like you trying to be or you aspiring to be an artist, like you already are an artist. You already write music. You already have songs out. You're already a rapper. I feel like you should just own it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I'm furthering my career as an artist, as a rapper, and as a producer. And I was looking for inspiration and motivation on the internet, on YouTube specifically. And Tyler, the Creator, has been inspiring me as far as just being myself and having confidence in my work and everything that I'm doing and just doing it, you know.
I'm really happy for you, and I'm proud of you for taking the steps to do something that you love.
Yeah. Thanks.
Maybe it really is as easy as it seems. That's what Cherry say.
You still gotta work to get the cream, though. Still gotta put that work in.
Ooh. Do you have anything to get off of your chest this week? No.
No.
Well, I hope that you get something off your chest once I start the conversation, because I feel like everybody should be as enraged as I am about this, or at least disappointed. I don't know, something. This week, you know what I really wanted to get off my chest, and it's been burning a hole in my throat, okay? By the way, saving this all week to talk about on the podcast, when every time you open any app, especially Instagram, especially Twitter or TikTok, everybody is talking about it nonstop. And there was a woman in New York by the name of Ro who turned down this dude's advances towards her to get her number, and this nigga hit her in the face with a brick. And what makes matters worse, because there's like one person being violent and being aggressive and doing terrible things towards women. But what put the cherry on the cake for me was the fact that there was a whole group of men standing by and watched and let it happen. Have you ever been in a fight before?
Once, but it wasn't really a fight.
I feel like you shouldn't downplay it. Just say yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Aaron Beasley, I actually hope you're doing okay, because it seemed like you had a lot going on. I do apologize.
It was a fight with a dude? Okay. I've never fought a dude, not for real, but I am a small girl. Like, most dudes wouldn't like try and fight me. They would look stupid, like, you know. But every time I have been in a fight, it always feel like a slow motion. Like, everything is happening so slow, even though it's not, you know, even though whatever, it be over fast or people break it up, it feels like it was 30 minutes long when you in the fight. And so that lead me to believe people that are watching the fight, like the spectators, they have so much time to stop it before it gets to people in each other's face, picking up weapons, actually hitting the other person. And I just feel thoroughly disgusted that all of these men, black men, just stood around and let another dude slap a woman in the face with a fucking brick. Have you ever picked up a brick? Bricks are heavy as hell. We're not talking about iPhones. We're talking about a brick. That's like 5 pounds.
I don't know if it's 5 pounds.
A brick?
A brick?
A brick? Quarter brick, half a brick, whole brick. Hey! I feel like that's so inappropriate, and I am sorry. The Gucci man was just screaming out at me, you know? How much does a brick weigh? I gotta know.
A brick.
4.3 to 4.5 pounds. I was right.
That's crazy. You don't feel like it's that heavy when you pick it up.
Man, maybe because you lifted more than 5 pounds every day. That bitch feel like 5 pounds to me. Eva was 6 pounds when she was born. If I pick up a brick, I'm thinking like, when my daughter was born, how did she feel in my hands? So to me, I just was like, a brick gotta be about 5 pounds. Like,
yeah.
That's a lot of energy to be... You good? You need some water?
Yeah, but I ain't bring one up here.
Aw, dang. Well, what I was about to say, in between the actual weight of the brick and then the force going to your face, my nigga, like, you could literally die because it could hit a nerve or bust a blood vessel, or like, that is like, you could get charged for attempted murder for hitting somebody with a brick. And so the fact that a bunch of niggas just stood around and let it happen, what made it even more worse. The pressure is getting worse and worse. Okay. The dude get on the internet and he's like, yeah, I was there, and if it happened again, I would do the same thing.
It's kind of crazy to me, the amount of men that are like, you want me to put my life in danger That nigga could have killed me. It's a reason why you stay out of people's business. What if it was a gun? You want me to get shot for this bitch? What?
Let's be honest though. Even if it was 3 men, which it was more than that, that's still plenty to take down one person. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest. Men are not the protectors that we try and uphold them to be. Not most men generally, because they think for them to be a protector that you have to be related to them, in a relationship with them, one of their friends, and it's like very weird to me. You know what I'm saying? That you would do that. Like, it disgusted me. And the amount of men, like you said, that came out in the comments, the stitches was in full support of what this dude was saying. Like, yeah, if I don't know her, then that ain't none of my business. I'm just will be okay with letting a girl get beat up by a man in my face. You know, this was months ago, maybe even more than a year ago. I had made a video about this on TikTok, and I was saying basically, you know, we can't really rely on men. And I was stitching this other dude's video because he was saying, you know, if it was a problem in the community, if we knew a dude that was a R word, if we knew a dude that was abusing women, then we would yank them up and get them together or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, y'all wouldn't.
I've never seen any evidence of men doing that.
I'm not going to say I haven't seen any evidence because, like, I'm from the hood, but I'm from the old hood. I'm not from the 2023 niggas hood. I don't know where y'all from, who y'all was raised by, what OGs you got, because never in the community that I'm from, that shit will fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. I'm just like really upset by that. Like, and it's crazy because last week we were just telling people we really don't support guns, but it's like, as a woman, what do you do? We about to put the link to that gun I sent you. It's like not really a gun. Oh, yeah. It's not a BB gun either, but it's similar to a BB gun, and it have like 3 different pellets.
It's made for self-defense and protection, not killing people, if that makes sense. You got like, you can get rubber bullets, pepper spray, stuff like that.
It really pissed me off because then there was a space in the conversation created for some weird reason to say why she deserved it. And it's like, there's no reason that anybody deserves to get slapped with a brick. Maybe unless they abuse children or something, or maybe they're the woman abuser. I just don't understand why there would be any reason for a woman to get slapped with a brick, whether you're having a confrontation with her or argument. And let's be clear, it was none of those things. She just didn't want to give him her phone number. And this remind me, actually, one time this was when I was living in Hampton, and I was walking back from the store or something, and this is a main street, okay, that I basically lived off of. So cars coming past all the time. And this dude drove past me. I didn't, I was just walking. He turned around in the middle of the street. Like, not a red light, not turned around the corner and come back. He turned around in the middle of the street. He pulls up in front of me in like the driveway that I'm just about to walk by. And then gets out his car to ask me for my number. I'm like, if this dude doing all that, I give him my number, but then when he texts me, I never reply to the message. This dude harassed my phone for the next 10 days. Texting me, why would you give me your number if you wasn't gonna talk to me, blah blah blah, because
you could have fucking killed me.
And he would have.
What the fuck?
Okay, and he would have, because what the hell. And I seen somebody say this on TikTok, and it was like very important, like that they said this was like, that dude was an abuser either way, whether if it was this situation, if she gave him his number and say they start dating or going out, it was only a matter of time before he enacted that amount of violence on her anyways. And so my problem is that our protection, women's protection, is supposed to be in the hands of men, but they're the ones we need protecting from.
Right.
That don't make no sense. And so my advice is, if you're a woman, you need to get some type of self-defense, whether that's taking a class, whether that is carrying, having some type of form of defense, whether it's pepper spray or a knife on you, because these niggas is getting more and more ruthless. And as we're getting into this time period where more and more women do not want or need men, they're starting to get very volatile and upset by that. And when you tell a man that you can't have them, and they're used to being able to have anybody they want, they're used to just being able to take it, what do you think they're going to start doing when they can't just have it no more? Or it's not as easy to get girls no more, easy to sleep around with women no more, because we just not, going for it. They're going to start becoming more abusive. We're going to start seeing more situations like this happen. In fact, I just seen another video this morning. 2 different girls, one girl and then another girl, stitch a girl, within the last month, talking about how they also had got punched by a nigga.
What is wrong with y'all?
Punched dead in the face. And she showed the videos. Her lips was so fucking big. A nigga just punched her dead in her face. And it's just like, the fact that men say that women are so emotional, I'm taking this so long and out of context, and I'm sorry, y'all, but they say women are so emotional, but they can never solve problems without having a discussion, without communicating with words. Soon as they start getting angry, and it don't matter who is with, whether it's with women or another man, they start wanting to fight people. They start wanting to shoot people.
This isn't out of context, because that guy's reaction was very emotional. You don't do that if you really think about what happened. Like, oh, she don't want to give me her number? Okay. It's another bitch right there. Like, what? Why are you so, oh my gosh, she doesn't want to give me her number. I can't believe she's rejecting me. Ooh, this bitch.
The crazy part is it don't even be your dream girls that you be getting wild over. It be a random woman on the street that you don't know nothing about her. Nothing about her except the basis of what she look like and how you perceiving her as a human. But you be so thirsty and ready to go ham on somebody, and you don't even know if you like this person or not yet. All you want is their number, and you about to beat them up because they would not give you their number. Like,
I do just want to go back to your example with the guy pulling up on you. I feel like men, he may have, well, no, based on his further behavior. But if he was a different person, he may have thought that he was being nice, or that was effort, and he was showing, hey, I really want to talk to you. But I feel like men need to understand we need to feel safe, or whoever they're trying to talk to needs to feel safe. Pulling up on me, turning around in the middle of the street, first of all, that location.
Don't come from where I live at.
I mean, it was safe in comparison to some other areas, but you can't be turning around in the middle of the street and pulling up on somebody. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to think that you're trying to get me.
Hampton is not an unsafe area. It's predominantly black, and where I feel like other parts of the 757 is not.
Yeah. It's just, you can't do that. Like, that's scary.
Yeah, no, that is hella scary.
Turned around in the middle of the street and pulled up?
As women, though, we be getting catcalled since we like 10 years old. Men being abrasive towards us. I'm from Cleveland. Like, do you know how many niggas didn't call me a bitch because I didn't want to give them their number? Oh, you ugly ass bitch, I didn't want to talk to you anyways. You know how many men got disrespectful to me because I didn't want to talk to them? Or just being disrespectful towards me in general. Like, that's stuff that I'm used to and I know how to react to keep myself safe. But other people, they're not used to that. Like, somebody could really get themselves hurt or dangerous because, they don't know what people is really about or capable of.
Yeah. I feel like the priority should be making sure everybody feels safe. And then you can proceed. And if they say no, just move on.
And then it's just a time and a place. Niggas be so thirsty. Why you want to talk to every fucking girl that you see in every place? You at church, you want to talk to a girl. You at the food spot, you want to talk to a girl. You riding down the street, you want to talk to a girl. You at the mall with your homies, you want to talk to a girl. Like, do y'all ever do anything besides trying to talk to girls? Do y'all not have anything else going in y'all life? Do y'all got jobs? Do y'all got kids? Why are you so pressed to talk to women all the time in every single place that you at? And then have the expectation that every female is going to say yes. Like, no, that's not how it works. If you try to talk to 10 girls in one day, probably one of those girls is going to give you your number. At this big age or amount of time, I feel like once you hit your 20s, you should be used to rejection as a man. You should have been rejected enough times because you're thirsty ass and ask every broad you see, can you get her number? You should have heard no enough times that you're comfortable with it.
Yeah. Y'all gotta get a hold of your emotions. Y'all gotta figure that shit out.
I hope they find this dude and I hope he fucking go to jail. That's what I hope.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not really, a fan of mass incarceration, but some people do deserve to be locked up. Because if it wasn't her, it was going to be another woman. And because he didn't get caught because they just let the dude hop in the car and go, it's going to be somebody else too.
That's so crazy to me. You watch this nigga hit this woman with a brick. And you let him walk away and get in his car and leave.
Yes. And the girl in the video, she was just like, why didn't y'all help me? They didn't call 911. They didn't do anything. And when I tell you that the left side of her face was so fucking big, it was like out to here. Like, it looked like he put the brick in her fucking face. I was like, bruh.
Y'all are... It's crazy out here.
It's real crazy out here.
Stay dangerous.
That just... Men are on a rampage. This ain't even related to this, but it's sort of related to it. The dude who stole that girl's tabbies. Unhinged. Completely unhinged. Completely unhinged. Crazy. I just got to bring this up now that I brought it up. Okay? If you haven't heard of the New York City tabby thief, you need to look that up on TikTok right now. This motherfucker right here is not real. This girl was walking down the street in her neighborhood where she lives, and she said she locked eyes with this dude. Oh my God. He's so fine. He looked at her. She felt the vibes. She goes home. Hours later, this dude matches with her on a dating website. Or apparently they was already matched and she didn't notice or whatever.
I think they were already matched. And then he saw her and messaged her and was like, I just saw you.
That is so creepy to me and scary as fuck, and that goes back to women feeling safe. Mm-hmm. And to me, that was a red flag. But the girl seemed pretty young, and when you young, you kind of make a lot of decisions not really thinking fully into situations. Yeah. Like, I know I was that girl. I used to be doing all kind of dumb crazy shit. I was telling you the other day, thank God I made it to 33 because I just used to do reckless things.
Yeah. To be young, wild, and free is...
It's something.
It's fun till it's not.
But dead ass till you get into a situation like this. She meet the girl, they go on a date, the vibes is cool. She decides to hang out with him a second time. She invited him to his place. First of all, ladies, don't invite no nigga to your place until that's your man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't invite men to your place until that's your man. Because you don't know him from a can of paint. Yeah. Outside of him stealing something, it could have been much worse. There could have been violence. Mm-hmm. Okay? They had some consensual sex. Mm-hmm. And then they had conversations. They was talking about fashion because she was a fashion girly and he admired that about her. They started to talk about the shoes. She had more than one pair. Mind you, these is like some $900 shoes. Like, and she said the next morning they got up, they had sex again. So she thought, oh, okay, this about to be my man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking in my head because, as soon as you hit it the second time, we together.
Go together. I hope she's having a good day.
Man. And then her shoes come up missing. And for them to be $900 shoes, she was like, oh, I'm tracking this nigga down. She said her dad had bought the shoes for her and everything. She had to go through hoops to get these shoes back. Turn out the nigga re-gifts them to his girlfriend. Yes, he's in a committed relationship.
Not too committed, though.
I'm gonna tell you, this girl has to be either like a Virgo or a Libra, because the way she investigated to get her shoes back was crazy. But let me tell you, when she got them back, this dude was smiling from ear to ear. He knew exactly what he did. It was so sinister to me to sleep with a woman just to steal a pair of shoes so you can give them to your girlfriend. Yeah. Like, that's so fucking wild and on a whole nother level of psychotic, like, for real. And then everybody was saying online, she talking about, I got my shoes back. Bitch, where's your new apartment? You need to move. This dude know where you live.
Yeah, he seems dangerous,
right? He already knew where she lived. I feel like looking, finding her on the street and then messaging her later, like, that was hella creepy. Yeah. But yeah, girl, don't trust these niggas. Just start fucking with the bitches. I don't know what to tell you.
Be easy with them too. I keep seeing stuff and it's like, it's just dangerous out here.
No, it's honestly what's happening is a lot of people are short on funds, me included. I'm not gonna lie to you. But what I'm not about to do is start hurting and victimizing other people so that I can get a couple dollars. Other people, you can't say the same for them. When times get hard, people start, crime start to go up in areas where crime wasn't an issue.
Yeah. Christmas around the corner.
Chill. Listen, I've been played before. I've been played. So, yeah, you right, Cherry. The girls that use you and abuse you too. Don't get fooled.
I've taken a trinket or two.
That's the story time for another time. Not Cherry talking about she took a trinket. Ooh. Well, baby, are you ready to get into the affirmation of the week?
Let's do it.
Okay. This week's affirmation is, I take responsibility for who I am, the bad and the good. Say less.
Snap.
How you feel about the affirmation?
I mean, I love myself. I accept myself. Take me for what I am. Take
me as I am. It's okay. Mary J.
Don't try to play me. I know that song.
Oh, sorry. I know if you knew Painful Mary. It's like, there's like you the Hurt I'm Mary.
Just fine girl.
I did. I ain't gonna lie. No. I thought she only, it's like thigh high Mary. That's what you give.
That's crazy.
Like, you give no hateration in this thing, Mary.
I mean, that was a bop.
You give,
hey! I don't even know what song that is.
You don't know what song it is? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Somebody tell her in the comments what song that is. Disrespecting the queen. Anyways, how did that affirmation make you feel?
That affirmation makes me feel like I'm in alignment with my inspiration. Mm-hmm. Accepting myself, doing what feels right to me, and just not caring about what other people might think.
Period.
How's it make you feel, sister girl?
I like this affirmation because it's all about taking accountability, but it's also a little bit to me telling you to give yourself grace. Mm-hmm. And to find balance in all of the parts of yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be things about ourselves that we really love and admire and appreciate. And it's like, yeah, go me. But then there's those other sides to ourselves that we like either try and deny, avoid, refuse to take accountability of, or just we think are bad habits that we wish we could let go or something, but we won't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all of those things do make us who we are. And it's like, having acceptance for that is super peaceful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Whose song was that?
Chingy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. whoa, whoa.
It's Chingy.
Shout out Chingy, I think.
Chingaling.
Is he okay?
I don't think he's doing that great. Last I heard, he was very conscious, which is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? When you moving in a spiritual direction. But that's why he got out the music business. Because you know how it is out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you should look him up. He got a few interviews out right now, actually. They're not probably super recent, but I think they're within the last couple of years. And I watched one and it was very interesting.
I know he was on some BET show. You know, they be going back talking to everybody that had a hit.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, it was more like in-depth about his career, what happened with DTP, why did he get out the music business, everything. It was good. I
just assume people got screwed over. I feel like that's usually how it goes.
I mean, you know the game and how it goes.
Now streaming on SoundCloud. Don't listen to that.
So what are we discussing today?
On today, we're gonna have some fun, but also get serious.
All of them not serious though.
Yeah.
But what are we doing? I mean, what are we discussing?
We're gonna read some Am I the Asshole threads.
Yes. I'm excited about doing this. For a long time, I didn't want to do this because I felt like everybody was doing it. And I high-key hate when everybody do stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, oh, this is so trendy, blah, blah, blah. But these actually really be good. And I was like, you know, we could do this kind of our way. Like, put a wellness spin on it and talk about, you know, just like make it a productive conversation instead of just like tea.
Yeah.
So the first one is, am I the asshole for changing my mind about kids at 57 and leaving my girlfriend because of it?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Even without context, you already just like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Because what?
I just turned 57 in early August and my ex-girlfriend just turned 55 a few days ago. We were together 25 years before I called it quits 2 weeks ago. When my ex and I got together, she was a self-described open-minded person who, unlike other women I dated, did not start pulling my arm on the marriage issue after we passed the 1-year mark. She had a mom who grew up in Sweden where couples would live together, have children, but never marry. She was always on the fence about children. However, I did not want children because at the time I was thinking about how much I was willing to sacrifice starting a business and how I resent my kids for getting in the way of that. We argued over this, went to counseling over this. Our arguments were interrupted by the fact my startup costs led us to have to sell plasma in order to survive. Then it was like we woke up one day and my girlfriend was 39 and I was 41 and the money finally started coming in. I felt like my girlfriend did not want to rock the boat at that point and we just wanted to enjoy the money. We traveled the world. She quit her job to volunteer for a charity and I got involved in causes too. However, I am in my late 50s now and I think in the back of my mind it never registered that door to having biological kids was closed forever. But it hit home when my girlfriend sort of in a blasé way said, well, that's the end of phantom pregnancies for me when she found out she was menopausal at 53. Since then, I've been in an internal crisis because everything about my life has gotten old. My life felt empty. I had worked through the emotional issues that prevented me from wanting kids and now I desperately wanted a family. My doctor told me I wouldn't be the first older father. What is worse is that a lot of my once divorced friends who are also in their 50s have easily had healthy, happy children and finally the time and money to devote to them. I felt I was in a place where I appreciated children, could provide for them, and would never take the mother of my children for granted, always seeing her as beautiful, unlike guys in their 30s. I became more depressed and finally realized that if I wanted to do something about my desire to have biological kids, to see little quirks of myself reflected in kids in a way that can only be described by biology, I needed to act now. So I sat my then girlfriend down and said this is what I was struggling with.
She tried to shame me by saying this was me having a midlife crisis and that I've used up her time and owe her, even calling me narcissistic for not wanting to adopt when nearly all parents try for biological kids before adopting. I'm letting her stay in my vacation house for a month so she can find her own place. The whole time she's been telling everybody I'm crazy and will wake up. Am I the asshole for changing my mind when my girlfriend is acting like I don't get to change my mind?
Okay. You are absolutely the asshole. 25 years. She struggled with you. She gave blood for you. She put her desires to have children aside for you and supported your career. And now that she can no longer have children, you say, oh wait, I want to have kids now. And not only do I want to have kids, I don't want to have them with you. I don't want to give you the option to adopt. And you got a month to get out of my extra house that I got.
Yeah. There's several things wrong with this post before I even get to unraveling the relationship part of it. The first thing is that he sounds to me like one of those people who think that children are a legacy. Oh, now that I'm this age, I'm starting to think that I want to have my own kids so that I could have something to give to the world. And it's like, as a parent, that is not what children are for. Okay, do they add a lot of beauty and love to your life? Absolutely. But there's something very wrong when the reasons why people decide to have kids. And that reflects in their parenting. Okay, the other thing that was a red flag to me, and this is just an assumption, but to me it seems like he really just wanted a younger girl, that it was more about that. I felt like listening to this post the second time, I think that he was even like being like comparative with his friends and their lives instead of being happy at the life that he created, because that's what he wanted. And then so now all of a sudden he's like, okay, I see all my friends having kids and stuff, and now he want to have kids too, but all your life you didn't want to have kids, and you gonna say, oh, because you suddenly worked through your emotional problems. No, you didn't. You didn't work through anything, because if you did, when you came through that saying that I want to have kids, it wouldn't have changed the person that you want to be with, though.
Right.
I feel like he does owe her something, because to me, they built a life together. 25 years is a common law marriage, honey. And so for you to say she's staying in my guest house, like, that's your house, nigga, and she needs to take him to court to get half. Dead ass. Because that is the common law marriage. I don't know what state you living in, girl. I don't know how much time has passed, if you gonna see this, but you better take this nigga to court, because not only did he waste your time, he allowed you to deprioritize your career, so now you have nothing to go back to after this relationship. And then he made you not want kids. He forced you to agree to not have kids when that's something that you wanted. You can absolutely take a nigga to court for that. Like,
how much you want to bet Neo wrote this post?
Girl, you know his well, he already had kids though. He had 2 kids with his ex-wife, so it's not him, but
it's fresh out the journal, baby.
Girl, it might, maybe, you know, you never know what's going on. I don't think it's so much as a midlife crisis, because this dude sounds like he's been selfish the entirety of this relationship.
Yeah.
And you know, people that are truly selfish in that sense, they're never going to change. They're always going to prioritize themselves over the relationship, which can be a good thing. It can be healthy, but not to the point where you find yourself kicking out your girlfriend of 25 years.
That is crazy. She wanted kids and you said no. I think that's really what's getting me here. Like, what do you mean now you want kids and I'm leaving you because of it? We could have been had kids.
Yeah. And the fact that he said that he had money at least 10 years ago, and then he gonna say it hit him suddenly that he had no chance of having kids once his girlfriend went through menopause. And it's like, you guys are in your 50s. How long did you think her eggs was gonna stay fresh? To me, he just wanted a younger girl. He wanted a younger girl, and I really hope to God that he gets the karma that he deserves, in the sense that he gets out there to be single and don't nobody want his ass. I hope that his money don't matter and that women see right through that bullshit, because if he did all this to one girl, don't think that you any different just because he put a baby in you or decided to marry you over her. Please don't think that you different, because this dude is selfish, and it's definitely that. So
yeah. It's given, I'm going to go out here, get somebody pregnant, still not marry them even if that's what they want. And I'm also not going to really help you with the kid.
And the not marriage part is what really did it for me. Mm-hmm. And thinking that he was selfish and possibly narcissistic, because he knew for 20 whole years, 25 years, that he didn't want to be married, but then he carried on a whole relationship with somebody like it was a marriage, only to dump them, knowing that he technically wouldn't owe her anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is so... that up. That is...
Yeah.
Like, 25 years ago, he was thinking, no, I ain't trying to marry no girl, because when I finally pop off, I want my money to be my money. And the fact that he... after only 2 weeks of being broken up, was saying my guest house, already goes to see how he was acting in the relationship. Like you said, words really do matter. Mm-hmm. Because it took me a good little minute to stop calling our apartment to turn into my apartment when I was living with somebody.
Yeah.
Or even now, going back to my ex-husband's house. It was my house. I picked that house. Like... Mm-hmm. So I just can't understand how after 2 weeks this nigga's like, as she's staying in my guest house until she find a place.
Because
like,
he always saw it that way.
And then say he had a month. How do you spend 25 years with somebody and tell them they got a month to get themselves together in 2023? You need way more than a month.
Yeah, that is crazy and selfish as fuck.
With no job, at least 20 years without work experience, 53. Obscene.
Yeah, I'm sure he's miserable right now, and I feel like he probably deserves it.
Yeah, I hope so. You want to read the next one?
Let's do this.
That was the next one.
Just kidding. Oh. Am I the asshole for accusing my girlfriend of being racist? Do I need to read that?
You can say that number, but you don't have to say female. Well, you can.
I'm just gonna skip it.
Okay.
My girlfriend and I have been together for about a year. I'm black, so obviously...
So is my family.
So is my family, okay. Well.
Yeah. It be hella typos in these. You be having to make the shit make sense.
My girlfriend is white. We have a pretty good relationship, except something I've noticed is every time we go visit my mom and dad, my girlfriend brings my mom mangoes. My girlfriend works at a market, so she's always coming home with fresh fruit and vegetables, so she got cheap or free. And vegetables, she got cheap or free. Okay. Let me bring it closer. It always bothers me. My mom always looked happy with them, but I don't know. I feel like she's just being nice. Yesterday, I asked her why she's always bringing my mom mangoes and to probably stop it. She was confused and said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, why is it always mangoes? Is it because we're black?" It feels racist and I don't like it. She got upset with me for calling her racist and said to me that she brings my mom mangoes because they're my mom's favorite fruit. I call BS on this as I've never seen my mom eat a mango before. So I asked where she got this idea from. She said my mom told her told her that, and she's always eating them, and she always wants to go and stock up on mangoes whenever they go shopping together. They do that quite a lot. I don't understand it, but they both enjoy it apparently. Then she told me, don't accuse me of something so disgusting just because you don't know your own mom. She left to go to her friend's house, and I haven't heard from her since. She did come back, but went straight to the bedroom and hasn't spoken to me. I got a text from my mom asking what's going on, as apparently my girlfriend has been on the phone with my sister, really upset about the situation. They're close too. So I responded to my mom, asked if she loves mangoes. She said, yeah, what's going on? I'm not sure how to explain to my mom how bad I fucked up, but I didn't know, and I feel like I was only doing what was right.
Am I the asshole?
You're absolutely the asshole.
And a complete idiot. First of all, since when did mangoes become racist?
That's very strange.
I could see if she was bringing over chicken and watermelon or something that's like known stereotype towards black people. But mangoes, nigga? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. What?
I couldn't tell if this nigga was jealous of his girlfriend's relationship with his family, or was he just trying to sabotage this relationship with this girl because he ready for something else. So he just had to find something to say, to accuse of her so that she would want to break up with him. I don't know. I don't know what could possibly be going on in his head, because first of all, he talking about he ain't never seen his mama eat a mango a day in his life, and it's like, that's just go to show how some people are so clueless, or they just don't pay attention to their surroundings.
Self-involved.
Because if your mom is loading up on these, she's eating the mangoes.
Yeah. And he mentioned, like, twice that she's very close with his mother and his sister. They go shopping together.
Like, why would you think that she was lying about that? And even if truly he think that she was racist or something, I feel like there would be other ways to go about asking this question so you don't make a dumb ass of yourself.
I feel like you've been watching too many TikToks.
Like, how hard was it to just say, why do you bring my mangoes?
Yeah. I don't want to say he sounds stupid, but
he's definitely dumb. I'm not sure if he got his full education. I'm not sure if he's just, maybe they don't live around a lot of black people. Maybe that's why he dating a white girl. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he's not like in full cognizance of like stereotypes against black people. So he just was thinking it was a fruit thing. I don't know. Who knows what the real answer could be besides this nigga's just stupid.
That's very strange, and I'm not one to stick up for the whites.
Yeah, I'm not either. I thought this was going to be a juicy one, and then when I started reading it, I was like, what the?
He tripping.
Like, there's plenty of racist girlfriends for sure. There's a lot of them out there, but like...
He also seems like he's the typical man that just doesn't pay attention to anything women are doing.
Mm-hmm.
So like the fact that this is what you chose to pay attention to,
yeah, it was weird. And then he gonna say they go shopping together, apparently they like that. So you don't go shopping with your niggas? That's what you telling me. You go to the mall by yourself, you go to the grocery store by yourself, you go to eat by yourself. Like, when people like each other, they hang out, and it don't matter what you doing, you want to go hang out with that person. And so obviously, for whatever reason, her and your mom bonded over grocery shopping.
And he was like shading it. I don't like him. She need to leave him.
She better break up with him tomorrow. I don't care what attachment she got to his family. It's time to move on.
Yeah.
Like a dream girl, okay? Alright. Am I the asshole for being offended that my brother and sister-in-law are not using the baby gift we bought them? Whew. My brother and his wife just had a baby. Me and my wife had bought them a set of baby monitors that we used when each of our kids were babies. They seemed happy with our gift at the time and nothing was amiss. However, they are not using it. The baby monitor that they are using is the old kind. I noticed when my brother showed me the nursery, there is no video or Wi-Fi capability like the one we gave them. When I confronted my brother, he said it was a nice thought, but they are uncomfortable with the idea of a video and Wi-Fi for security reasons. Just before my niece was born, they moved out of their flat and bought a house. And now that my brother said it, I noticed they don't have any smart or Wi-Fi capable appliances or even a Ring camera. Both of them do have cell phones and they also have work ones. Sorry. Both of them do have cell phones and they also have work ones, but my brother said they use data for all 4 of those. Otherwise, they don't have Wi-Fi and have set up 2 cables so their laptops can have the internet. He said they don't want anything in their home that can be hacked or exploited when it comes to security, especially when it comes to my niece. He compared a Wi-Fi capable baby monitor to him and my sister-in-law choosing not to have social media or allowing anything about my niece to be put online by themselves or anyone else. Am I the asshole for feeling offended that they aren't using the gifts we gave them? My wife feels the same way. My brother is a crime prosecutor and my sister-in-law works at the Met and has worked child exploitation cases in the past, so I feel like they're just projecting here and overreacting to something that is harmless. It is causing tension between me and my brother because we took the time to give a gift that was not only thoughtful but not cheap. It is also meant to make things more convenient for him and my sister-in-law. Are me and my wife wrong for being offended and angry here? This got to be one of the most entitled Am I the Assholes I ever read. So entitled. I don't know what it is with people and their need to control other people's lives, but like, people absolutely hate when they have a baby and you give them unsolicited advice because they gotta have space to figure it out on their own and figure out how to love their baby the way that they want to love it and parent their baby the way they want to parent. And 9 times out of 10, it's probably a whole lot different than the way you parent your kids. I don't parent my kids the same as anybody else that I know. Everybody that I know has their own parenting styles, and maybe some ways they overlap because we grew up together or something and we have similar values, but we all different. And we all bought different stuff for our babies. That's what the fucking registry is for, because they tell you exactly what they want and you go buy that shit. And if you don't want to buy those things, then you get them a fucking gift card. You don't get pissed off because you mad that they're not using the shit that you want them to buy. Especially when they had the best explanation I've ever heard for wanting to return a gift.
Yeah.
The best explanation, because cybersecurity is a real thing. It's not fucking made up. And for somebody that's working in the background where child cases,
they already know the potential danger of it because they've seen it. All of these cameras and shit can get hacked. For some reason, people on TikTok are putting that information out there on how to hack the cameras. I really hate that. I don't understand, because it's not helping anybody stay safe. You just showing people how to hack cameras. But, nigga, if you that mad, ask for the gift back and take it back and get your money back.
I'm sure they would gladly give it back to you. They haven't took it out the package or nothing.
Like, how can you get mad because they want to protect their child? They probably didn't even ask for that.
I hate an Indian giver ass nigga too. Because don't buy something for somebody that's supposedly out of the kindness of your heart, supposedly thoughtful, and then want to take the gift back because they're not using it in a way that you feel like it see is fit. Once you give somebody a gift, it's theirs to do what they see fit with it. Whether it's use it, not use it, break it, sell it, give it away to somebody else, it's now their property. And so for you and your wife to be in a tizzy, y'all need to get some business and mind it. Y'all are too concerned about what's happening at your brother's house, and it's a little weird.
And why is it causing tension?
Every time they go over there, they like looking at that little monitor like, They think they're better than us, but they have that cheap ass baby monitor.
And their baby's doing just fine and not getting put on porn sites.
And that's the real tea, okay? Like, for real. I decided to take my kids completely off the internet. Like, it's a lot of weird stuff going on that been going on, but now it's really coming out. And if the information is available to you and you still choose not to protect your kids and yourself, that's on you. But you can't be mad at the precautions other people choose to take.
Right.
It's never too much as far as safety is concerned. If you choose not to go through those lengths to keep your family safe, that's fine. But somebody else is not overdoing it, like, ever. No matter what they do.
Right. And it's not like on some conspiracy shit. They literally work in the fields and see this stuff happening. Why are you upset? If anything, you should be doing whatever they're doing because they have the information.
Mm-hmm. Taking a note out of his page. She feel like because he the big brother or whatever, because he already got kids, he the expert on kids. You're not the expert on kids, baby. Everybody got something to learn as a parent.
Child, your kid's got a Pornhub account and you don't even know it.
Not a Pornhub. I shouldn't laugh at that. That's definitely on the dark web, but they don't know Pornhub. Child. But still, you know, there's people who literally... Wouldn't I tell you just last month about this dude who had a family TikTok page, and some weird ass pedophile took only the photos of videos of his daughter, took screenshots of the videos, saved the videos, and then made a whole Instagram account that is supposed to be a fan page. How you grown as hell making a fan page for a little girl? And obviously all the people that was following it was like, it was very perverted and stuff. And then when the father messaged him, asked him, can he please take it down, the dude gonna tell him it's harmless. No, it's not harmless.
Yeah, like, that's
my These niggas under here putting heart eyes under a 3-year-old picture. Like, it's some real stuff going on out here. And if you choose to be oblivious or ignore it, that's on you. But don't be mad at other people.
Yeah, that's crazy. You the asshole and you stupid.
Dumb. And so it's starting to sound like a common thing. Like, maybe asshole means dumb for real.
It's given.
It means dumb, and then you follow up with stupid actions. You stupid dumb.
Oh, it's about to get juicy. Okay. Am I the asshole for not having a relationship with my niece and telling my sister that I don't like babies? No, you're not.
Ooh.
First things first.
Hot take.
I'm not native English speaking, but I'm writing from a laptop, so maybe you can be raging mildly.
You can just skip through this. Girl.
Okay. Oh, shit. My sister had her first child at the beginning of the year. When the child was born, I went to visit her, brought them food so they have more time for the newborn, and held the baby for a short time. Consider it. My sister moved away to another city, and it's a rather long commute to her new home. And I have never been keen on babies. I have nothing against them, but they are just not for me. I went there to support my sister, and because it was expected to go there and praise the beauty of the baby, even though they look all the same to me. A couple of weeks ago, wait, I didn't end that correctly. Even though they look all the same to me. A couple of weeks ago, she called me and was going off about me not reacting to her Insta pictures with and of her baby. I tried to argue that she does not need my validation and should enjoy her baby and be happy about everyone being healthy. She then proceeded to shame me that I never babysit and that I don't have a relationship with her child. When I told her that I have no obligation to make the long commute to babysit and that I don't really like babies, she hung up the phone. Whilst my girlfriend is supporting me and thinks that I was just being honest and that my sister should accept my opinion, my parents are going off at me about being a bad brother. My whole childhood, my sister was the princess and I was the unwanted one, but that's a story for another time. So, am I the asshole for not babysitting and telling my sister I don't like babies? I just want to say I kind of personally connect to this one.
Kind of?
I connect to this one.
Speak on it, sis.
You're not the asshole. First of all, you were honest, and it doesn't sound like you were being mean when you were honest. I want to address the parents. new parents, parents to be. If someone in your life has always expressed that they don't like children, don't want to be around them, don't want to babysit, none of that, you cannot expect them to change their mind because you decided to have a child. It's very inconsiderate of you and selfish of you to think that just because you're having a baby, the people around you are going to want that baby too.
I feel in between on this one. I don't think he's an asshole. Because I don't think anybody should be obligated to take care of another person's kids regardless of what the relationship is. You know, it should be something that you volunteer to do out because you want to do it. It's not something that you should be pressured into doing. Mm-hmm. But it's so hard for me because I just come from a different background. Like in my family growing up, we was a village, you know what I'm saying? And part of that village looked like me being the babysitter for my little cousins. And for me, it wasn't something that I was volunteering to do, and I was getting voluntold. When you get off of school, go pick up your little cousin and ride the bus back home. Like, that was my life. And so, naturally, as I grew up, I had this natural instinct that I'm supposed to be helping out my family with their kids. Because that was the environment that I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have to deal with those issues because I haven't lived close to my family for a long time. But I can imagine if I did that I would be the type of auntie that my niece and nephews would be coming over, you know what I'm saying? Or my cousin's kids would be coming over. I'll be watching them. I'll get them. I'll go over there so they can have a date night and stuff like that. But that's just me. But I also don't expect nobody else to do it, you know what I'm saying? There was a time when my cousin was living with us and I would ask her to watch Max and Eva all the time. And she would do it when she can or when she didn't have a problem with it. But I wouldn't be pissed off with her. She was like, no, I can't today. Because these ain't her kids. She wasn't the one laying down to get the babies out. And people don't think about... I feel like there should be some type of conversation with you and the person that you having a baby with of what y'all village look like prior to having a child. And just really being realistic about the kind of help that you're going to need and what you actually have. And if you know that the people in your life are not really going to show up for you in that way because it's just not who they are, then you know that you're going to have to outsource in the sense of putting your kid in daycare, having a nanny, whatever it is that require so that you can have help. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you need to start making some mom friends so y'all can trade kids, do stuff like that. But times is different nowadays for sure, and people families dynamics is different too. So I feel like it is selfish and entitled to have the expectation that somebody's going to be coming to watch your kids or even driving an extended amount of time. Like, everybody be going through their own stuff and have their own life. If you have a long day at work, a long weekend, and you expect them to come over there to help you watch your baby, it's crazy to me. Where's your man at?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to be funny, but where's your man at? Now, my cousin would have asked me where my man was at. I'd have been looking crazy. Because he'd be... I ain't gonna go into it. I'm not even going into it. But the point is, you need to have that support system between you and the other person that you having that baby with. And if you don't, maybe you need to consider not being pregnant, or do you have the financial means to outsource for those moments when you gonna need somebody to help your ass? Because everybody don't have that village. Everybody don't have the people that bring you dinner for the first 2 weeks, come over and wash some dishes for you. And it's nice to have that, and nice to have people like that in your life. But just remember that those people are a special gift to you from God. Everybody is not on that type of time. And it's nothing against you personally. It's nothing against your baby. But it's not their baby.
For real. It's not their baby. It's not their responsibility. And this might be controversial, but it's not in the friendship contract. It's not in the family contract. Like, if I don't want to change a baby's diaper, don't ask me to change a baby's diaper. And if I tell you I don't want to change a baby's diaper, don't expect me to change a baby's diaper. Like,
and then there's so many levels to that too, because like what we was just saying about the exploitation of children and like sexual abuse and stuff. Stop letting everybody watch your kids any damn way. Brother or not, I got a brand new baby girl. I don't want everybody changing up on my baby's diaper. I got a brand new baby boy. I don't want everybody changing on my baby's diaper.
Yeah.
Anyways, I feel like when my kids was born, especially Max, that was my first kid. For the whole year he was born, that nigga used to be attached to me on the hip. I was exclusively breastfeeding. Like, nobody was watching my baby. Okay? He would either, if we went to go visit to Cleveland, I would let him stay with my sister, and that's it. Okay? And that's because I know my sister and I trust her. I see the type of parent she is. I know how that she gonna be about my kids the same way she is about hers. That's it. And then they grandma that's here. And that's pretty much has still been the same thing. Now that they're getting older, they have their own friends and stuff like that. But I need to know the parents. It's like, as a parent, you got to take precautions with your children. And you need to respect people's boundaries, because you don't know for what reason that they might be saying that they don't fuck with kids. Maybe it's something wrong with them in the head and they no need to stay away from them niggas. Or maybe they just don't like that shit. And now you putting your baby in a situation where they could be possibly neglected, mistreated, or abused. All because you want a night off.
yeah.
Make it make sense.
And like you said already, these are things to consider before you have a child. This could be a very valid reason to not have a child. Like, if you know you're going to need a whole bunch of help and you ain't got it, first of all, don't bring somebody into that. Like, I feel like that's kind of fucked up too. Like, why would you put somebody through that?
It is, though. I mean, it's the same thing as, like, you know, people that be getting pregnant recklessly, because that is the thing. And then they be putting the baby off on the grandma. Like, why didn't you get an abortion, my nigga? Because you clearly wasn't ready for this kid. It's not okay. And not only do that put a physical burden on your relationships, it also put a financial burden on your relationships, because then you also have that expectation for them to help you out financially with the kids. And it's like,
yeah, whether it's directly or indirectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's still that expectation of, when it's my kid's birthday, buy them something, do nice things for them. And then that's also when they get like, yeah, girl, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends. Like,
child, this goes back to that took me back to people expecting gifts for themselves from people. Like, child, I can't.
You never know what somebody's current situation is, whether it's their financial health, their mental health, their emotional health. And then you have this expectation for them to do something that is really not their responsibility. And then getting pissed off, getting the parents involved, that would have pissed me off real bad. You know what? Actually, all three of y'all don't call me no more.
For real,
until I'm ready to talk, because this is ridiculous. How you gonna get mad because I don't want to babysit? Like, did I ever say I was a babysitter? Do I look like a babysitter?
And maybe, I don't know. Things could change later on. But if somebody don't want to be taking care of no baby, don't have them taking care of no baby.
Yeah, no facts.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't relate so much as to this person, but I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I totally understand and respect his feelings. Am I the asshole for refusing to do a favor for my mom and dad? No. Parents always love taking advantage of the situation that you their kids.
For real.
Remember all those Happy Meals you told me you got food at home? Well, make do with what you got at home. Make it enough.
Not even that, but I'm a struggling adult and you're not helping me and you still want... You know what? Go ahead and read it.
Now you're telling your own story. Okay. Pretty much the synopsis, my parents were very kind enough to purchase an iPad for my youngest brother for college. My uncle, who's my mom's brother, was able to get his hands on a free iPad, the same exact model and year. My mom wants to return the iPad she bought so she can get her money back. Costco's return policy is the iPad can be returned within 90 days. Here's the situation. My parents live in the Bay Area and me and my brother live within 2 minutes each other in SoCal. Mind you, that's like a 9-hour drive, 10-hour drive from Southern California. If you coming from like all the way San Diego to go to the Bay Area, that's a hike, okay?
Damn.
My uncle lives 40 minutes away from me with traffic, and my parents want me to drive to my uncle's house. Please keep in mind that I'm in grad school and literally have zero time to do anything, even for myself. So it will be roughly a 2-hour ordeal to get to my uncle's to get the iPad. My mom can't even return the new iPad because she would need to receive the iPad and bring it to Costco. We are all going to be at a wedding in about 2 weeks, and I suggested that we should just do the exchange there instead of me driving to my uncle's house and wasting time, gas, etc. My parents were furious that I didn't immediately say yes to the task. You should do it because your parents asked you. Mind you, they were yelling at me through the phone. My parents' reason for doing the exchange so quickly is because they are afraid that my youngest brother would drop it. Mind you, he has a really good case on it. I pretty much eventually said yes, but I was not happy about it. They got even more mad because I expressed that I wasn't happy about doing it. They eventually said something along the lines of, "You're ungrateful and you're a bad son." This is classic emotional manipulation, okay? And as much as, you know, we love our parents, respect our parents, and want to honor them, they are human too, and they are capable of mistreating you in a relationship just like anybody else, or taking advantage of you in a relationship. Yeah. And I feel like it is really messed up. A lot of parents do this because for whatever reason they feel more grown than you, so they feel like whatever they got going on takes priority over whatever you got going on. You being grown, going to school, going to work, you got your own life, and so all of that, you have to put yourself first. Mm-hmm. And make sure that you are a priority over everybody, whether it's your parents or your brother. I'm sorry. And this nigga's a grown-ass man. Why he can't make the 40-minute drive out to the uncle's house and get it himself? And why they talking about he gonna break the iPad like he a toddler? Why'd you buy it for him in the first place if you thought he was gonna break it in the next week anyways?
Why don't you take it from him?
Why don't he put that shit back in the box and stop using it until he get the other one?
A lot of this don't make sense. And a lot of stuff parents be asking you to do don't make sense.
Because they be wanting things on their timeline. So they felt like in 2 weeks that wasn't going to be convenient for them no more. And they just wanted it done right now because they said so. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times you be in an adult relationship, you be adult and you didn't grow up, and now your parents still want to son you like you a child because I said so. Baby, I'm grown. Nobody tells me what to do.
Right.
The answer would have been no, and it would have been actually leave me out of this exchange because this ain't my iPad. This ain't got shit to do with me.
Yeah.
Y'all need to figure it the fuck out. Y'all is 4 fucking adults between the mama, the daddy, the brother, and the uncle, and I'm supposed to do all of the work to make sure that my brother get this iPad? I think the fuck not. Why the hell the uncle can't drive to the campus and get the iPad from the brother and give him the other one?
So, the elders of the family, your parents, they just feel like the kids, because they always look at you as a kid, as their kid. The kids are supposed to do everything the parents ask them to do. Kids supposed to take care of the parents when they get older. We did all of this for you growing up. We fed you. We put you in school. You had a place to sleep. So you owe us, basically.
And that's what you were supposed to do as a parent. Your kids don't ask to be here. Okay? And the least thing that you could do as a parent is when your child grow up, respect who they are and what they got going on in their life. Like,
yeah.
That really had me aggravated. Like,
you're not the asshole. And the fact that they called you ungrateful and a bad son afterwards.
And was yelling. Don't call my phone yelling, asking me to do a favor, because this is going to be no especially. Even if I had the time. Yelling? Do y'all pay this bill? Click. It's getting hung up.
That's crazy. How you calling my phone yelling at me and asking for a favor?
Make it make sense.
I'm triggered.
Triggered. Okay, we got one more.
Am I the asshole for not inviting my son's partner to my wedding? I am getting remarried to my fiance in a month, and the wedding preparations have gone well except for one issue. My fiance's family is mostly conservative and thus not very supportive of same-sex relationships. And my fiance's siblings plan to bring their children at our wedding, and they obviously wouldn't want their kids to witness a gay couple at our wedding, so then they need to explain the situation to them. So we decided to disinvite my son's partner from our wedding so we could avoid such issues. I thought my son would be mature about it and understand our side, but instead he kicked up a huge fuss about it, saying that I'm acting homophobic and embarrassed by him, and that if his boyfriend can't attend the wedding, then he won't either. I feel like he's being really unreasonable, especially because him and his boyfriend haven't even been together for that long. So it's not like he's really entitled to be invited at any family events yet. And my fiance does take my side. However, my son is vehement that I'm an asshole, and even got his mom to essentially gang up on me about this issue. Am I the asshole?
Hell yes, you the asshole. This what I don't understand is when people get into relationships and then they feel like those relationships take priority over their kids. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff bum me out or whatever, because you don't know how isolating that is as a child. Or maybe some of y'all do know. Like when your parent basically say, fuck you, fuck your feelings, and prioritize whatever they got going on in a romantic relationship. Mm-hmm. That's so crazy and disrespectful. And then for you to be a flat out homophobe and trying to make it seem like, oh, you just trying to make everybody at the wedding happy. I'm sorry, but if I'm getting married, the main people happiness that I'm considering is of course me and my partner, but especially my kids too, and them being comfortable. And regardless of how long him and his partner been together, if he was ready to bring him to the wedding, there shouldn't have been no problem. Mm-hmm. The fact that you decided to prioritize a bunch of people who are out here being homophobic is crazy.
Because are you going to just hide your son from your fiance's family the rest of your life?
Right to my son, they don't want him to see it because then they have to explain it. I'm sorry, but the amount of gay out in 2023, that kid has seen two couples together. What do they say? They just friends holding hands? Like, it's ridiculous. And I almost start getting even more upset and triggered just by the homophobia, because it's like, this is why we be going outside and people be staring and trying to police gay people and stuff like that. And then the homophobia get passed down to their kids. Mm-hmm. And it's like, first of all this. And for what? You couldn't just mind your business and not be worried about what somebody else is doing?
So, you are the asshole. I hope your son stops talking to you so he don't have to deal with your bullshit or your fiance's bullshit, because this don't even make sense. And you don't want to have to explain this to your kids. There are gay people in the world. They're gonna see gay people. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna have to explain it to them then? Like, what is this?
It makes literally no fucking sense at all. Talking about some, they didn't want to have to explain it to their child and they was gonna be uncomfortable.
What is there to explain?
I feel like it was easier for him to uninvite that one person than it was to uninvite a bunch of other people. But it's like, when it comes to my kids, I want all the smoke. So yeah, if y'all got a problem with my son being gay, none of y'all niggas can come to my wedding. Because what happens when your son decide to get married? You think he about to invite you to his shit? Hell no. And especially your wife can really take it somewhere else. I wouldn't be inviting my parents knowing that they support homophobia. You can't be happy for me on my wedding day, and I'm not about to deal with the drama.
Yeah.
And so now you doing all this, and there's a consequence to every action.
Yeah. Now you're not about to have a relationship with your son.
Exactly. Trying to make people happy that you don't even have real relationships with your fiance's in-laws. And then how do you remarry your fiance? Am I tripping? He either marrying his fiance or getting remarried to his wife. Which one? You can't be doing both.
Maybe they were married before?
I can't imagine it.
I don't know. I also just want to say she sounds like a bitch.
I feel like I didn't want to go there because I don't want to put it on her. He said that the girlfriend is supporting him.
It's her family.
Right, it's her family for sure, but do you think it was her idea to uninvite him? Like, I don't know.
Babe,
I feel like it's his job to advocate for his kid. Do you know what I mean?
That is his job, but you're marrying into homophobia.
Like,
if she didn't have a problem with it, it's her wedding. Like,
yeah, you
can also tell your family, hey, this is what it is. Either you gonna be there or you not. Well, this is his son.
They getting married for a reason. That's because they in on it together. That's something that I had to realize about my dad and my stepmom. I low-key feel the same way about them about this situation. Like, they're homophobic as fuck, okay? And I wouldn't be surprised if they did some shit like this. Or, honestly, other people in my family, too. Niggas is weird, okay? Yeah. And at all times, at first I was really angry at my stepmom because I felt like she was responsible. Like, you are controlling my dad, or you making my dad do this. But trust and believe, they're in on it together, okay? I had to accept that it was my dad who was allowing my stepmom to disrespect me, to blatantly not have any care for me or my children, and to be homophobic. And if you allow that shit, then you're wrong too. Yeah. And so I can't blame her any more than I blame him. And I still blame him more because that's his kid, and he's the one that's responsible for advocating for his child on top of everybody. Yeah. Like, it's not her kid. She's not going to advocate. It ain't hers.
Well, fuck y'all.
Well, we can slide into mental health matters. And this is very short and quick. All we want to say this week for mental health matters is to treat others how you want to be treated. Period. You never have to question if you're being the asshole or if you're wrong in a situation if you're treating people how you want to be treated. Nobody is ever like do something that is questionable to somebody else and be like, if he did it to me, I wouldn't care. Like, and that be a lie. Because you know damn well, if you did something to somebody, the same thing they did to you that was grimy, you would absolutely care. Yeah. So you just going around treating people how you want to be treated. I feel like you can't go wrong with that. That's like elementary education. It's like keep your hands, arms, and feet and other objects to yourself. It's like treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah. I'm with that. Kindness and consideration over everything.
Okay. Well, we're just going to go into our last segment this week, which is the breaks.
Yeah.
This is my favorite segment, I think. Is this your favorite segment?
I think so, yeah.
I know you think Get It Off My Chest is my favorite, but it's not. I don't like having to come to the internet about stuff as a woman, you know.
You coming to the internet as a woman?
Every week, okay? It's low-key exhausting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, wow. This week for the breaks, we really just wanted to talk about some new music that's dropping. Is there anything that dropped this week for you that was specifically like, or anything you was excited about dropping and disappointed?
Well, let's start with the latter. This Cardi and Meg bongos. I personally didn't have high expectations, but I did expect it to sound better.
Mm-hmm.
Not as far as production. The production is great. That's always great. Meg is great. She's always great.
So your problem with Cardi?
We don't have to get into that. The main issue is the song sounds like, first of all, this sounds like it was Cardi's idea. It's Cardi's track. I feel like Meg just did a verse. I feel like she enjoyed doing the verse, but this was not her idea. Maybe it doesn't sound great. It should have been a mid-summer drop and not a late summer drop because of the sound. I don't know where anybody's going with this.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I was pretty disappointed because I love Meg's music. I love Cardi's music. WAP is my shit. Know the lyrics from front to back. And really what I was hoping for was a Juicy J track. Honestly, I wanted a Juicy J production, and that's not what they gave us at all. And it's probably just where I am right now, but I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling the verses, and I wasn't feeling the chorus either, or the beat or nothing. I just didn't like it, honestly. I even watched the video hoping that would help me get into it, because sometimes you see the visual and they looked amazing in the video. They looked beautiful. They even was doing choreo, which I feel like is something neither one of them really get into.
I think it's hilarious.
I don't agree though that Meg didn't know what, not to say didn't know, but it wasn't her idea. I feel like this was a collaboration because she seemed so excited about it. She been posting all week, behind the scenes, pictures, everything. Like, she was excited for this to drop, and she felt like it was gonna be a bop. It's not just marketing. Like, how many songs have Meg dropped with somebody else that she featured on that she never promoted? Many songs.
I mean, but it's Cardi. It's kind of different from like a label standpoint. You gotta promote this. You gotta seem excited about this.
I even seen Rock Nation reposted it on their TikTok, and I was like, okay. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not surprised. I won't be surprised as other people say they love it, because you know people love to just go with what the collective is saying. I won't be surprised if we get a hit sound off of it on TikTok, but me personally, I will not be reaching back to hear this song ever again.
I think that this is...
I want new Meg. I just didn't want this.
I want new Meg. I don't want new Cardi.
Yeah, I like Cardi's music.
Her music be good. It's just, that's not who I want. And I feel like with the way that female rap is right now, we didn't need this. Like, the pussy's taken care of. We got Ski over here. Honestly, that's all we need right now. There's a few other girls. But that's not really where the woman rap game is right now. It's, you talking your shit.
Yeah.
You that nigga.
I would have liked to hear some money talk. I would have liked maybe it to be a fight song or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, even something slow and seductive. But I absolutely didn't want this. I don't know. It just wasn't what I needed at this moment. Yeah. I just can't say it. Love you, Meg. For real, I do. Yeah. I just really want you to get back together with Juicy J, for real. Because, yes.
Bring back the real Tina Snow.
Real tea in the snow.
I wish she could see how much I listen to that project.
Yeah.
I feel like that would inspire her to give me what I need.
I feel like I listened to Fever the most. That was my shit. I played it from front to back. Yeah.
It's good.
It was good. The new song that I seen this week, I seen the video. I was loving it. When I seen that Glorilla was about to drop and then she was like, Glow got the girls back together again, I was initially hyped because what's the other song they got together?
Who?
Like with all of her friends, Gloss Up, Slimeroni, K Carbon, Eliza. My name Big Carbon. Don't call me twin ho.
I don't know the name of that song. I know what you're talking about though.
I'm like trying to think of the chorus, but I just can't because I just keep hearing the verses.
It's like on some roll call shit.
Yeah. I love that song and I loved all the friends. Like if me and my friends was younger and we put out a little rap, I feel like it'd be cool like that.
Yeah.
And this video was so cool to me. It's like she found out her dude cheating and her friends like, I know you about to get your lick back. And then so they get their lick back. But I love the song. I'm a Glorilla fan. Honestly, I love her. I love the sound of music that is coming out of, where's she from? Memphis? Or
She from Memphis.
I love her and her homegirls together. All of them sound good on the track. I'm fucking with it. The song is called Wrong One. So obviously you got the wrong one, nigga.
Yeah. He played the right game, but he picked the wrong one. Shout out Glow. And shout out Gloss Up. That's my home girl. I'm ready for the next project.
And it's produced by Tay Keith, so love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about this week on the break is that Chloe Bailey dropped a Tiny Desk. I love Tiny Desk. It's like one of my favorite things, especially during the pandemic. Oh, I used to love watching Tiny Desk performances. Yeah. It was like my at-home concert vibes. And so I get excited anytime somebody that music I enjoy and they on a Tiny Desk and you really get to see them with a live band and just being them and having fun in the intimate audience. It's like much different than at a stadium show. You know what I'm saying? So it gives me like the old MTV Unplugged days.
Yeah.
Love that. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I only watched a little part of it, but I did want to talk about it because Chloe is a really amazing singer and performer. And outside of all the speculation with whatever that you feel about her body or her personality or what she be doing too much on the internet or the nigga behind jail that she dated, she's an amazing artist, okay? And so she really deserves her flowers. And I hope you guys check out her Tiny Desk because she's that bitch for real.
Wait, she was fucking with Gunna. Gunna's out.
Now?
It's been radio silence.
So she probably ain't gonna be loud about the nigga that everybody is accusing of a snitch. Like, come on now.
I mean,
she's trying to build a brand here. It was interesting to me that she dropped the Bailey off of Chloe. Very interesting to me. And she's even spelling Chloe differently than when it was like with Chloe and Halle. And I was like, okay, she's really going solo for real. We probably not about to get another Chloe and Halle album no time soon.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna collab on songs and like production, but
yeah, outside of that, I mean, their music has a whole different sound. I mean, Halle released Angel, and that is nothing like anything Chloe's been dropping in the last 2 years. Chloe is like a Beyonce understudy, and Halle's really in her own lane with that opera-esque, like, just magical voice she has. So,
shout out.
I don't know.
Very talented people.
Really hope she not pregnant by DDG.
Child.
Really hope.
I said it off mic, but if she is,
stop making black women single mothers, man. That's what I feel like.
Stop making them single mothers and stop getting them pregnant when their careers are taking off. I see what y'all are doing.
They do it every time. They did it to Cardi.
Like, ugh.
Who else they do it to? They do it all the time. Like all the time somebody get pregnant right when it's like at the height of them
fame taking off. And like, I know everybody think, oh, Halle Bailey is super famous and stuff like that, but y'all don't know they've been trying to get their career off the ground for years. Started it from the bottom YouTube days, okay? And it only has been a few years since they've been like working with Beyonce, and they now trying to branch off and make their own solo careers. That's like the first solo song Halle didn't drop. She's just now coming out as a musical artist for real, so that to grow her own fan base, which is totally different than what they had with Chloe and Halle. So I feel like that's just some selfish ass shit for a nigga to do to get you pregnant. I already feel like he jealous of her. He embarrassed her online all the time. Yeah. Dropping songs, talking about what she was doing in The Little Mermaid, like a movie, nigga. Do you know she getting paid to act in here? He's very much giving KeKe Palmer baby daddy energy, and I don't like that. Hate that.
Speaking of, I'm gonna quickly slide in her business and slide right back out. She ain't leave that nigga.
Who?
KeKe.
You said she didn't?
She didn't leave that man.
How do you know? So you think she was going up on the bag and further disrespecting him on the internet? Because not what I think is disrespectful, but based off of what he said online, I would say that since the first incident, her actions would have definitely had to be considered disrespectful. She was in the Usher video, literally called Boyfriend. Then she was making videos like, I don't need a man, I don't need a nigga. She was even going up, okay, at Broccoli Fest, even further cementing, I do not need a nigga, I don't need a man.
This is going to be problematic to a lot of people.
Don't say it.
That incident that happened with KeKe, that everybody brought up when that young man Trey Songz was involved. It's similar to that situation, and something happened to her. It came to the internet, and then shortly after, she collabed with parties involved. And that was also presented to the internet in very similar ways. I'm not saying that to invalidate anything that happened or any of her feelings or anything that was said. I'm just saying they're similar. It's giving, in this instance, with her baby daddy, it's giving marketing rollout.
That could be true. But I do feel like what you said was problematic. I'm trying not to be triggered and take it personally because you know how I feel about Trey Songz. I don't know nothing about the situation in which you're talking about her working with him afterwards. How do we know that it wasn't before that she worked with him?
It was for somebody else's video. Everything came out what she said. And then the video came out. She was in the video. And she posted something along the lines of like, one of those and the gag is, or basically when it turns out you were in it anyways. She said something along those lines. And nobody...
I think she was saying though was they still included her in the video even though she asked not to.
That's not how it was presented to the internet.
I don't know. I can't speak so much on that. All I know is that Trey Songz is probably one of the most vile, disgusting, and disturbing
human beings out there, okay? He's definitely an abuser. He's definitely somebody that likes to sexually assault women. And so whatever KeKe said he did, I fucking believe it. And there's a lot of reasons why a woman might still work with somebody after that happened, might take back what they said, or try and downplay what happened because there'd be embarrassment, there'd be grief and not acceptance of what happened. You know, there'd just be not wanting to make yourself a victim of a situation or try and move past it and act like it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, or it can affect your career. Or you can think that it'll affect your career and that'll lead you to keep working with somebody. I'm not saying none of that happened. I'm definitely not saying Trey Songz isn't who he is.
But didn't the baby father, KeKe's baby father, file custody against her to get the baby and get her house? You think they together? For real?
I think that they still together. That was a headline and I did present that to you. But I don't know. I'm not saying anything is false that she has said. I feel like that would be crossing the line because I wasn't there and Trey Songz ain't shit. So I believe, you know, I believe women.
I just don't know how those two incidents correlate with each other.
I'm just acknowledging the similarities in the order in which things are happening.
I don't understand, but you know, I don't understand what you mean by the similarities. Like,
I mean, it's okay.
I mean,
it's
I know
fine.
you just explained it, but I still don't get it. But that's okay.
It's fine. I don't think she left that nigga. Shout out to her. I think the rollout she is doing is amazing and it's hilarious. Keep doing your thing.
I hope she did either way. If she, outside of the fact, even if that was the whole thing was staged, the tweet, everything, when people went back to look up his tweets, he was saying crazy wild shit. The fact that when KeKe Palmer came out as pregnant, his ex-girlfriend said he had broke up with her 2 weeks before that. And so that means he was seeing her and KeKe. And so when KeKe got pregnant, he was like, okay, I'm about to dump this other girl. But the fact is, KeKe was pretty pregnant when she announced her pregnancy. So she was well into her pregnancy and he was still seeing both of them. Like, the niggas ain't shit. Like,
I'm not saying anything against any of that.
I really hope that she didn't get back with him. I just feel like as women, we have to know our value for real. Really, as people, you got to know your value, or else, you know, people will take advantage of you. And it gets to a certain point where you have to take accountability in your own pain, because people only gonna do what you allow them to do. So at one point, is it not you being taken advantage of and you choosing it? So, yeah.
It'll take a while to come out of that, though.
Was there anything else that you were listening to this week, or any new music that came out?
Renaissance.
Always.
Get into it, guys. Be on this journey with me. I'll let you know when we get off the train.
Let me know when you get off.
Dang.
It's just because I had my time. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Now
You
you're
tired
here
of
with
it?
it. I'm not tired of it, but you know what I said? It's several songs in that album I skipped, so it's not like a playthrough for me. I have my faves on there.
And I like all the songs you don't like.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm used to it. I feel like that's natural with my friends or my family. I always like different songs than other people. Like, what I be on, it's not. So what's your favorites on the album, though? Top 3. Don't get crazy.
3?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look
Cozy,
at the song list.
Plastic Off the Sofa, Virgo's Groove.
Damn. Okay. Mine's is Heated, number 1 for sure. Plastic Off the Sofa, and then I'm gonna say Alien Superstar because it is a jam. Yeah. Well, speaking of jams, what are you making time for this week?
Last week I said I was gonna go to sleep at a reasonable bedtime.
Oh.
This week, I'm gonna put a little more effort into that.
Okay. I believe in you. You can do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna encourage you.
Yeah. What you making time for?
I mean, I guess I'm making time for this fast. Y'all pray for me for real though, because 10 days is a long time. Like, I'm not totally fasting food. I'm doing like a fruit and vegetable fast, which is cool. It ain't that bad. But it seemed like it's not bad until you making your kids chicken nuggets and fucking burgers and shit, and you be like,
it sure
wanting to eat a nugget. Yeah. So that's the only hard part. But 10 days, I'm in this thing. I can do it.
Dang. Should I eat in a separate room?
You don't have to do all that.
Okay.
Do I eat in a separate room when I eat meat?
Nah.
Right.
I feel like that's different though.
It's literally not. You're on a lifetime fast from meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on the level of all these niggas with this clear skin. It's like, what are you consuming?
Nothing. Air, water, and genetics.
Oh,
Most people with clear skin, I feel like, have genetics. A small portion of them, they work to have clear skin, or they stop doing things that was making their skin break out or whatever. So if you're not in those two categories, your breakouts are either hormonal, it's either the inside coming out, so that's part of your diet mostly. Sometimes they have a lot to do with stress, and other times it have to do with your cleanliness habits. So if you don't have a good skincare routine, if you somebody that sleeps in makeup, if you somebody that don't be changing their pillowcases and sheets, all of that stuff can add to that or whatever. And of course, if you're not doing regular exfoliation, like, you know what I'm saying, like, keep it tight. Yeah.
Dang. Okay, well,
without further ado,
I've got time.